outside eating breakfast, and we've got Lila, our dog, who is a connoisseur of sourdough toast. Do you want some sourdough toast? She only eats small pieces. No? She had one piece and oh, she's eating it. Is it delicious? So our garlic is starting to come up, and it's, what is today, November 8th? Yeah, November 8th. And we just planted this in October, so it's gonna, collect a bunch of leaves and overwinter, and we'll get a lot of garlic from this. So from one clove, you get a whole head of garlic. Lila's just decided to start eating some eggs. She only eats things in very little bites. She's very dainty and particular, aren't you, Lila? She's a fancy Nancy, or a North Shore Nancy, as Grandpa would say. A good protein. Okay, I'm turning on the stove to get the cranberries started so they can cook, and then I'll be adding the maple syrup for sweetener. But so far we just have the orange zest and the orange juice in here, and we'll wait for this to warm up a little bit. Okay, we're just filling the Berkey up this morning, and that should last us for a little bit. Okay, I'm checking on the cranberries, and they are starting to soften and warm. So I'm going to wait until they split open before I add the maple syrup. Okay, and now I'm getting ready to do some mashed potatoes, so I'm going to cut these up. Okay, we're just filling up our pot with some water for the potatoes. And I always use the Berkey water for this. Okay, I'm going to let these potatoes come up to a boil, and let's check on our cranberry sauce that we have with the orange zest. That is plugging away, and I'm just going to wait till I see those berries burst. Roger's on his way to get raw milk, and we always use these half-gallon jars. Use 2 of them so we get a full gallon. Okay, and I'm just running a load of some glassware, some canning jars and different cups that we use for drinking, with some baking soda and vinegar. So I don't use any of the dish soap or anything like that. And right now we are using our own homemade DIY dish soap bar, which is working so good. It's a picture of them there. And if you want the recipe, feel free to leave something in the comments and I can send it to you. So, okay, mainly I use my dishwasher for drying dishes. So right now I'm just putting some baking soda in. Okay, and now I'm putting the vinegar in. And that's about it. And that will fizz up, and then that's about all I use for the dishwasher, and it cleans it super good too. Okay, and our cranberries are doing really good. It's time, I think, to add the maple syrup. These will thicken a lot once they cool. There's just a natural pectin in the cranberries. So I'll add a little maple syrup to taste. Okay, and I'm starting with a 1/2 cup of real maple syrup to start. And we'll just stir that in. Okay, and that's all that is that we need to do. So I'm going to let that cool down before I put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. Our red potatoes are boiling nicely, so I'm going to wait till I can get a fork in them before I turn off the burner. Okay, and I am going to be taking a look at my bone-in turkey breast. I know it has a gravy packet in there, so that's great. I just have not cooked this before. I've usually done the whole turkey, but we have 9 people total tomorrow for Thanksgiving, early Thanksgiving I should say, and I just want to figure out the cooking instructions here. Okay, and our turkey, for 9 people it said we only needed 4.5 pounds of turkey, but we've got a little over 7 pounds here, so that should be enough for leftovers, which is good. It is saying that I need, at 350 degrees, 3 to 3.5 hours for a 7 to 9 pound turkey breast. And this is thawed, so that's great. I will be able to figure out then what time I am going to put the turkey in, because people will be here at about 5 o'clock. So I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to use a cooking bag or not. But we'll have to wait and see for that. I also am looking on the package. I need to remember to remove the gravy pack because that is inside. So I'm just noting that. And it says breast side up on rack in a shallow roasting pan. Brush breast with vegetable oil. Well, we won't be using any of that vegetable oil, I can tell you that. We'll be basting with butter. And then cooking according to the chart below. So basically about 3.5 hours is what I'm going to want to allow. Okay, and I'm just taking note. It says here that it should sit for 20 minutes to 30 minutes after cooking so the juices can settle in. So I'm gonna allow a good 4 hours before people get here to put this turkey in. So I'm thinking probably around 1 o'clock. And then gravy, the packet's in there, so that'll be easy to put together when my mom comes. And one of the kids and their spouse are bringing potatoes, the other one and their spouse is bringing stuffing, and then the other one is bringing rolls. So we should be all set. And then my mom's got dessert. I'll show you guys that later. Okay, you guys, so now I am getting ready to polish my wooden cutting boards that are enclosed underneath our countertop. So we have 2 of them that come out like this, and I'm just going to make something to care for them. And I will be taking 1 cup of coconut oil and then 2 tablespoons of the beeswax beads and melting that together to make something once it hardens that I can buff into the wood to just give it a good protective balance to it. And so then I will be using it too on my wooden utensils, which have taken a beating over this year with all the cooking and everything. So I'm gonna get started on that. Okay, so I'm gonna get 1 cup of coconut oil. Okay, it does take a bit to get it out of the container when it's cold out. So I'm using an ice cream scoop to do that. But I kind of loosened it up with my wooden spoon. It's just once it gets cold out, it gets very solidified. So in the summer, it's super easy to work with. And then come fall and winter, it just really solidifies. But okay, we've got our 1 cup.